say that my rational cortex and my visual cortex are very deep linked together. Sure. So I actually, when I think of something very concentrate, I start to visualize like an image. And that's why I don't drive, because one time I quite killed myself.
Wow.
Because I stopped to see the road. It's not conscious, and just seeing. It was a valve amp. I love guitar. So I was looking at a valve amp and not the road. But concretely, for my 3 movies, the ideas came this way, like an image who appears to me. Not that I am not that on that moment I am looking for an idea for a movie, not at all. So for Upside Down, it was one morning, just finishing my first movie, and it was a tough movie to do. I was director and producer, and that was, so I wasn't sure at all that I want to do another movie. Not at all, more not than yes. So really it's far from me the idea of try to find an idea for making a movie, far from me. And well, one morning, 10, 11 o'clock, I suddenly, not on the drugs, I start to visualize 2 mountains. My eyes are open, but I don't see the room. I start to see like that, like a flash, these 2 mountains with a guy on the top of one mountain looking up to a girl on the top upside down, on the top of the upside down mountain looking at him. So I get, that was 7 years ago. So I get really hit by this image because, it was really, I never saw in my life an upside down double gravity image. So it was, as a visual guy, really hit by, like, wow, that's cool. And then seeing the guy and the girl, because again, it's like the story came to me at the same time I watched the image. It's like, it's like a painting, maybe, I don't know, call it, a gladiator, and you see, the Christian gonna die, and you start to figure out that. So the same way, I see it in the image, and then I pull a rope, and the story came. So maybe 2-3 minutes after, I knew that in a way I get fucked. I gonna try to make a movie again, and knowing that not easy to do, not easy to find the money. I mean, 95% of chance to never do it, by the way. But in that moment you don't think of that. You just think, wow, that's a super cool idea, and I want this idea to be. So, and I was free, I mean, plenty of time. So I did the afternoon, I started to write the idea. And in 2 months, I had the first version of the script. Free, alone, just myself asking to myself to write. That's it. And at the same time, maybe the day after, I don't know, I have been 20 years at DP, so I know very well the reality of a set and the reality of fabrication. And this is, nobody has done that before, means that's going to be super complicated. And I cannot read the American cinematographer to see how they did it or whatever. So, I mean, and my obsession was really to, I hate, the movies when you have so many post-production and at the end you lose your soul. So, I mean, that was a great danger for me, and really I put in the top of the wish list, writing the script, and in parallel find the idea how to shoot that in real time with the actors playing together, never playing to a tennis ball. That is, for me, a very bad way to have good results from actors. I mean, when an actor plays with a tennis ball, he just gives his minimum he can give, because acting is reacting. It's like playing tennis. So tennis ball don't give you a lot. So and during these 2 months, I came up with this theoretical idea of a way to shoot it, because of course you cannot put a guy on the ceiling. You can if he don't move, but then he became red. And no, really, and your face changed, because in fact we don't know, but your face, your body, it's shaped by the gravity. So when you put upside down, your face change. I mean, the geometry, you recognize a face upside down, even if it's not right, let's say like that. So my idea was to if you take a set, and it's going to be a double gravity set, means people here, I thought to cut this set in half. I open a parenthesis, I hate green screen too. Because green screen, as a DP, you cannot light a set in green screen. You don't have sensibility. Making light, it's playing with the geometry and create a sensitive visual climate. That's being a DP. With a green screen, no geometry, nothing to feel, nothing to do. So, not shooting in green screen, building two half of set, one near the other, like touching each other so we can hear each other. And then, again, don't be trapped by technology. And, so my idea was I want to have a dolly, old-fashioned dolly, with myself or a cameraman framing, a grip, pushing the dolly, too fast, too slow, whatever, making mistake, whatever. And so encode that dolly and every data of the camera, of the focus, encode all that, that's easy to do. Send this data to a computer. This computer put this camera on the 3D space and then send the same data on the same 3D space to a robot who's gonna shoot in real time on the other half of the set exactly the same movement as both camera was only one same camera. So that was incredible because you move the dolly and a huge robot move at the same time. So that was a theoretical idea. And
everything you've just described sounds exactly like the opposite of what an independent film financer wants to hear.
That was crazy. That was it took 7 years, and I can tell you it was a everyday fight for a good cause. But because you need to do the movie for an independent budget, let's say like that. Basically, what is being independent? Being independent, you don't have a studio to put money, illimited or more or less, whatever. You have an idea, you go to the market, you pre-sell your movie, then it's all what you get. And with what you get, you do the movie. Oh, can I have 2 million more because No. So yeah.
It's
So how
such a
many
high
people-
concept.
For example, this technology. At the end, we end up with a company. It wasn't expensive to do. It was an original idea to do. You know what I mean? But at the end, it was, at the contrary, very time-saving. You know what? We shoot at the same time, so we are looking in the monitor the final result, so we know there is no mistake. We know everything works. You don't discover after that, oh my God, she's looking at here, he's here, oh my God, So that was very safe. That was cool.
Yeah.
Could you describe, I'm sorry, you've been waiting forever, go ahead.
Did anybody ever tell you were nuts? You're not, but in general.
Well, we don't know that you're not, but it's okay.
No, I play with my craziness. I manage my craziness. Not really. I am a good manager of my own craziness.
Because I like the film. And it looks expensive to shoot, so that's why I was asking. Because I can imagine them saying, no, we can't do this. No, we can't do this. We can't do this, to Bob's point.
Yeah, but we again, we were independent, and the producer and myself, that we did together my 2 other movies. I was co-producing with him my 2 other movies. In this movie I wasn't the producer, but my attitude is, you are not fighting to the producer. If you fight to the producer, you are wrong. It's not about this. Okay, this is what we have, and let's burn our brain to find the solution to make it happen for what we have. Don't try to have more because you don't have more. Don't lose your brain, your time. Just try to figure out. So bad news. We have 54 days to shoot the movie. Okay, that's nothing. Okay, woo. And then you work. The same for the set. You build exactly what we're gonna see. You don't build. For example, it's happened on the prep. You know that because always we run after the money. Always we know we are red. We need to create. Now all the time. So, for example, receiving a first budget of a set, what? I don't have for mine. I mean, you know what? I take it out because this scene, it was not a very essential scene. So what happened in that scene, I can put it in another scene in a set that I already have because it's not worth it. So this is the way you do. You know, it's being rational, and you know what? Reality always is there, even if you make a big studio movie, because maybe the day you want to shoot, because you have the actor one day, because whatever, it's raining, you need the sun, you know what you do. That's the reality of a set. So you need to deal with the reality and try, that's why my technical idea for that, the most important thing is try to don't lose the soul of the scene of the project. So you can deal with a lot of things, but try to keep this I don't know, holy space of sensibility for the actor, and then, you know, at the end this is the story. So if you lose that sensibility on framing, sensibility.
Did you talk about casting Kirsten and casting Jim? What did they bring that you thought they were perfect for those roles?
Well, I'm a writer-director, means I really Eden and Adam character are part of myself. So you don't try to analyze this. I don't try. I mean, I know very deeply what I need. You know, what are those characters? So when I start the casting, for me, Kirsten was the perfect match. So it was more taking a plane, meet her, be sure that on real, because I don't know her, just for what I get for the work that she did before. And spend one morning together. Try myself to feel the actor. This is the way I do. I mean, I don't make a reading or whatever. It's try to feel deeply what this person is, you know, and then be sure that the actor understand the movie the way you understand the movie, because you can be on opposite pages, so that's important too. And that's it. So that was here, by the way, this hotel. We spent a morning together, and for me, that's what's it. I mean,
Same with Jim, or?
Jim, I take the train, Paris to London, and Jim was, you know, I really need this character to have the right balance between fragility, but at the same time, it's a guy who's gonna make incredible things, you know, to make it happen. Naive, humor, a lot of things need the character, and when I see him, look, like, you know, you need to love your actors to make a movie. So, you know, I fall in love with Jim, with Kirsten the same, you know, like, so then you start to think, I need to convince them, you know, they can't say no. So Jim was the same. We spent an afternoon in London together, and when I take the train back, I was thinking, if he say no, I kill myself. But he said yes.
Good.
Kristen said that you were the reason why she took this. She said she said for her it's always about the director.
Well, she's right. Not for myself, you know. I'm a down below director, so not for myself, but she's right. I mean, you know, it's very difficult for an actor to make a movie if the director if he don't share a kind of common sensibility about the project. You know, it's very difficult. I mean, usually it's end up bad. So of course an actor he need to love the idea and the script, but if he have a bad feeling with the director, he should say no. 100%. Same for the director for an actor. Oh wow, and on the paper he's the best. Then you meet him and you feel like, then you go to war, making a movie. I mean, I have friends, director who pass through that. I don't want to pass through that. And the result is complicated all the time, you know, because of course, you know, it's, yeah. And you know, for example, a movie like that, really nobody knew what's at the end gonna be. Just myself. It's not like myself. It's just a movie. So many departments, so many you know, so many items. So and there is one guy, and that's the director who make the choices. It's like you have element and you want to make a great sauce. Well, you have the element, but you know, that don't make you a great cooker, you know. So and nobody knows. He have pepper, tomato. You cannot figure out what's gonna taste really, you know, if he's a good cook. So I mean, it's normal that if you don't do that, you end up with a soulless movie that often we see too, you know. Like a product, okay, you know, 1 + 1, 2, and you know it's 2, and you know you get onto the screen, and after 10 minutes you go in 20 minutes that's gonna happen, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So.
Can I just ask you a real quickie?
Yeah.
Would you rather live up top or down below?
That's a
If
good
you had to
question.
pick.
I say down below. I'm from down
Down
below.
below seems more fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they don't have everything, but at least they're having a good time.
Yeah, and you know, and you know what Jim character saying to the two boys, you know, that for me a very important sentence. You know, he said, up there is paradise, you know, they're rich, and you know, and Jim said, well, paradise, I don't know, they get rich, yes, but paradise, I don't know. That's a good thing.
All right,
Thank
thank
you.
you guys.
That can be super cool up top, huh? I don't
It
say
could
no.
be, yeah.
because-
Sounds good for vacations and stuff.
Thank you.
That's okay.
The film is gorgeous.
Oh, God.
Oh, thank you.
Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Have you thought of your next vision?
I have 4.
Or
Uh-oh. Are they upside down and downside up also?
No,
Oh, okay.
no,
All right,
they're
okay.
cubes, right? 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, I have 2 very mad, very like this kind of. I mean, very bad, very mad. I'm bad to try to do it, and one about reality, about down below reality, so it's very grounded, and one on the middle.
Okay. I look forward to seeing them.
So I don't know if it's.